All right, man. Let's dig into the promotion guidelines and explain it to you. I think I'm going to go with the producer guidelines first. So this is called the Super PAC, Super Producer Appreciation Chart. And so this is for the producers out there. And I should say producers/builders. Okay, so there's a building element to this. Okay, and I'm going to highlight that. So let's go down to this first level, if you can see that. All right, so here's the first tier of the Super PAC producer guidelines. And this is, you know, for monster producers, people that want to make a lot of money. You know, by the way, to the producers go the spoils, to the victors go the spoils. To get to an 80% commission rate, and this has to be done 2 months in a row. So here are the provisions for this. All promotions at the bottom here. By the way, you can download this on the ARC, okay, on the ARC, under resources, I think. All promotions based on personal issue pay production with a minimum of 20 applications per month for at least 2 months in a row, okay? And this is subject to change, like everything. So nothing's ever, you know, but this is what's going to be implemented in June, okay? So you do 20,000 issue paid in a month. That's only 5,000 a week. You get the 80% commission rate, and this is the bronze producer level, okay? To get to the 85% commission rate, you got to do 25,000 2 months in a row. You get to the silver level. By the way, all your levels that you're at right now, you stay at. This doesn't change where you're at right now, but what it will change is what it takes to get to the next level. Okay, so where you're at right now, you're safe. Okay, this doesn't affect you. Okay, except for moving up to the next commission rate. Got a number of ways to go up to the next commission rate, but this is just purely on production. So 25,000 2 months in a row, you get to the silver level. By the way, I believe that when you hit it, you hit it. So it's not like you have to go through 80% and then 85%. It's not sequential. It's like, for example, if you did 70,000 2 months in a row, brother, sister, you are at 120. You're at the platinum level, okay? Anyway, so if you did 70,000 2 months in a row, man, you're at 120, baby. Okay, so you can see the levels. 30,000 is 90, 35 is 95, 40 is 100, 45. But Alex, is this hard to do? Man, Katrina Gustin did 83,000 last month, purely over the phone, right? Or majority was over the phone. And she just works an 8-hour day. Like, she goes home after 5 o'clock. She gets in the office about 8 and she leaves at 5. She doesn't work out of her house because she's got her kids home and she gets too distracted. So she goes into an office and then goes 8 to 5, man. She had 83,000. God's no respecter of persons. So if she can do it, you can do it. So is it possible? It is possible. In fact, I believe Megan Wood's going to do 100,000 this month. All right? I really believe that. So it is what it is, whatever, you know, whatever. So, you know, going up 35 is 95, 40,000 is 100, 45,000, 105, 50,000, 110, 60,000, 115, 70,000 is 120. All right. So, so Sandra, when you do 30,000 a week issue paid, you're going to more than get the 120 contract, okay? Because you said 30,000 a week or a month. Now, 30,000 every month, you're going to get to a 90, right? So this is the producer, just straight up production, man. You don't depend on anyone else except yourself, and you're going to be making the money. You make all the money, so that's kind of cool. Because the largest override is your own, your business that you write, because you override yourself, right? Okay, so this is the next level, the second tier, and this has an element of building. okay? So notice the 105, if you're at 25,000 a month and you bring on 20,000 a month issue paid producers, you're at 105. So down here, 105 is if you did 45,000 yourself, you'd go to Emerald. But guess what? If you do 25,000, you're down here at 85 at the silver, okay? But you got two people doing bronze at 20,000 each. You got a couple people doing that, you're at 105. That's rocking. So you get 105 on your business, and then your override on them. If they're at the 20,000, if they do that 2 months in a row, or when they do it 2 months in a row, they're at the 100 level. So you're going to make 5% plus the glow bonus on them. You're going to get the glow bonus. So you can not only make 5% if they're at 80 when they get promoted to 80, but you're going to get another 8%. So that's 13% you're going to make on those two $20,000 legs. Does that make sense? Okay. So you do more volume, 2,500 more a month, you're at the 110 with those same two legs. So now you go up another 5%, right? So you override on them because they're still at 85 or 80. That's 80, right? Yeah, okay, 80. So now you're making, what, 30% plus 8, you're making 38% override on those two legs. 38%? Is that rocking or what? Yes, it's all issue paid, baby. It's not fake. It's all issue paid. It includes 10% credit on annuities, and I think a certain amount of credit on IULs. Well, I think IULs full credit, but you got to have minimum of 20 apps. So remember the minimum 20. So that prevents someone who does like, 3 IULs and they do, 75,000 in a month. It's only 3 apps. You got to do 20 at least, okay? So 115 is 30,000. Now look, you bring on another leg at 20,000, you get the 115. Again, they're at 80. So that's a 35% plus 8. So that's 43%. Can you imagine making 43% on 60,000? Let's calculate that. So that's 25,000 a month purely on overrides. And then 115 times 30. Actually, there's an arc factor, 34. What's the arc factor? I just put a number in there to bring it, because the promotion guidelines are issue paid production, but you get paid on the arc factor commissionable premium. But anyway. Okay. So there you go. That takes you, 3 legs of 20, and you're not even asking for more than these, 45,000, and then you're promoted to 119. And then the top tier goes from 120, 125, 130. If you've got 4 legs at 20, you get to the 120, and you're doing 30. You do 40,000, you're at the 125. When you got 5 legs, doing 20,000, and then 130, you're doing 50,000 a month, and you've got 6 legs at the 20,000 level. Okay, does that make sense? Any questions on the Super PAC promotion guideline? All right, there you go. So that is it. That is the deal. Okay, for the promotion guidelines for producers, really producers. Okay, this is more of a producer's guideline, and with a little bit of building. Okay, with a little bit of building in there, because look at how many legs to at least get to 119. That's 3 legs. 120 is 4 legs. Okay, now these legs are not an individual doing 20,000. So these legs are an organization doing 20,000. So this 20,000 could be 5 agents, okay, doing enough to do 20,000 a month. You know, this, or it could be 1 agent, or it could be 20 agents doing 1,000 each, okay? So these are not, it doesn't have to be one person, and it doesn't have to be the person direct to you. It could be 20,000 producer that's 10 deep from you. That whole leg's 20,000. So it doesn't matter where they are located. It's that total organization underneath that first person direct to you does 20,000. Okay, makes sense? So that is that. That is the deal on the super PAC. Does anyone got any question? Okay. Okay. So again, this is kind of a whoa. Okay, that's page 2. Let's go to page 1. So page 1, the builder's level. So this is building an agency. So this is another way to move up. And this is kind of the system that existed prior to the change June 1st, which is still in place, okay? So all the stuff June 1st is in addition to this. So you can move up all the way up from 55 to 60 based on the total group of 2 legs, you doing 5,000 or having a leg under you that does at least 1 application, and the total group is 5,000. 2 months in a row, you move up to 60. 65 is the total group doing 7,500. So this is really sort of group, you know, just group volume going up to 65. And these typically, you know, when someone starts at 55. Now, if you start at a higher commission rate level, then you know, you just start where you are, right? So team builders at 70% at 10,000, but 2 legs. So 70%, you got 2 legs. One's doing 5,000 and one's doing $1, at least $1. So that's 1 application issue paid, and you get total volume 10,000 2 months in a row. You move up to 70. And then 75 is 3 legs, one doing 7,500, one doing 2,500, one doing at least $1. And by the way, your personal production in this chart counts towards your first leg. Okay, so renewal spreadsheet. I have it on, I think I have it on our agent resources folder, Dropbox folder. Anyway, but it's also in the commission guidelines. So if you look at the commission guidelines, you know, all the commission folder on the agent resource folder, our folder on my Dropbox under promotion commission, under commission guidelines, you can open up every commission rate and look at all the renewals for each product, okay? So that's where really it is. The spreadsheet's not on there, but you can look at every individual one. And I hope it's updated. Anyway, okay, so team leader at 75%, that's 15,000 total group volume 2 months in a row. Remember, your personal production counts towards your first leg. Okay, so this one is 7,500, 2,500, and $1, 3 legs. That 7,500 could be, you know, 2,500 you, 5,000 this leg. Okay, and that leg could be 3 people, 1 person. Okay, you and a combination of another person for 7,500 because your volume counts towards your largest leg. The key leader 80% level is 25,000 volume issue paid 2 months in a row. And that's 7,500, 5,000, 2,500, and $1. And there you go. Agency manager level, this is what I mean by legit agency manager qualification, is when you have a 25,000 group, a 10,000 group, a 7,500 group, and a $1 group, total 50,000 2 months in a row, you get the 85% level. And then this is where you get the glow bonus on people that hit 85%, all right? And this is where the glow bonus kicks in, and this is the glow bonus to the right, this 8%. So this is generational. It goes down to 7 generations. So your first layer, if you're at 85, your first layer of 85%ers, you make 8% on them. If they bring on another 85%er, you make 5% on that layer, that generation, and then it goes 4%, 2%, 2%, 1%, 1%, okay? So this is where the power of the glow, right? This is the power of the glow right here, man. And by the way, this includes renewals. Okay, this includes renewals. Again, no one does renewals. So when you look at total comp, you know, don't get too hung up on individual as much as total comp package when you do everything. Like on my business overview, I talk about what the effective commission rates are. I think at the 120 level only, it's like 256% based on your work and the income you make. So it really doesn't compute, like it's crazy. Okay, 90%, you've got 4 legs still with 25,000, 25,000, 15,000, and 7,500. Total volume 75,000, 2 months in a row. Your district manager. Okay, regional manager, 4 legs, 50, 25, 25, and 7,500. National manager, 50, and then 3 legs at 25, no, 2 legs at 25,000, 1 leg at 15,000, 1 leg at 10,000. I think that's a change right there. I think that's a change. Vice President 105, 50, 50, 25, 25, and 25. Executive Vice President at the 110, and then, you know, the total volume on the left. 50, 50, 50, 50, 25, 25. And then now you get to the executive board member status. And this is sort of the general guidelines. 500,000 total volume. You need 4 legs, 2 legs at 75, 2 legs at 50, 2 legs at 25. 120, $1 million total volume. 375 legs, 150, and 225 legs. 125 is 3 million total volume. 5 legs at actually 6 legs at 75,000. 130, 6 million total volume. 7 legs at 75,000. 135 is 9 million total volume, 9 legs. And then 10, 11, 12, 12 legs for 140 at 12 million. Okay, now there's 1% increments there. So this is the board member levels. If we couldn't make it more complicated. But actually what this means is you're making money in between those 5%. So it goes up as your group volume goes up from 600,000, 700, 800, 9,000, you get a 1% increase. And gang, at this level, 1% is huge. That's a huge increase in your income because not only you're getting, you know, a larger override on your entire group, but what you're also doing is on your base shop team that, you know, maybe they're a bunch of 70, 75, 80, 85%ers, you're making another 1% on that, which can be really huge depending on how large your base shop is. Senior board member levels, again, 1% increments based on total volume, and then having the structure here. So the structure really changes here where it's 375,000 legs, 55,000. Really? Okay, 55 and then 235K legs. You know, so they're spreading that volume out over the 6 legs, and then executive board members, all these different stratifications of that, 1% increments, you know, which is significant. Let me tell you, my 1% makes a big difference. And then of course, glow. You got the glow, the cash flow glow. Okay, so that is that.